Hi everyone, this is Madhu here. I head marketing and partnership at Credex. We'll wait for another 2-3 minutes, and if we get more participants, we'll just start off after like another 2-3 minutes. Yes, I'll just start. Hi, good evening, everyone. The idea of doing this webinar today was to help businesses to know more about alternative options that are available in the market today, considering the times. And at Credex, we're very, as a company, we're very partner focused. So we thought, this would be the best time to reach out to partners like yourselves and tell them about the different kinds of offerings that Credex has, not just Credex, but also in the market that is available today for businesses, right? So that is the basic idea of doing this webinar. As the name suggests, the webinar is going to discuss on cash flow options and liquidity options that businesses today need, and what are the alternative options that are available beyond traditional formats of lending in the market today. And obviously, then we will also delve into a little bit into how we work with partners at Credex, and how is the course for them, right? So we'll start. Right. So as we all know about the pandemic, I will not go into a lot of detail, as I'm sure all of you who are experts in your own domain would know, how the current market scenario is impacting businesses, both large and small, right? And what has happened, interestingly, even with us, that we see with our customers or newer businesses who are reaching out to us, is a big shift in terms of how businesses are looking at liquidity or looking at capital beyond loans. So that is what we will delve into later. But the market today is predominantly looking at cash flow management rather than how it was previously looking at conventional methods of, say, a loan or a collateral-based loan and things like that. The increasing need for capital, obviously, it is to grow your business, to cater to long-term demands, to grow business. But today, it is a lot more about sustainability as well, right? So different options that a business has that they can use, to help their business growth and business strategy. That is what an alternative lending in the market today provides. And India, as we're growing, the fintech space is growing. The availability of such options are a lot more than it was before. So hence it is, the need is also big that we reach out and make people aware of all the different options available to them. So now the types of capital. Now this is, while it is very basic, here at Credex, we have multiple products that we've rolled out over a period of time, over a period of last 5 years, primarily working with a lot of businesses on ground, right? And we kind of break it into working capital and growth capital. Working capital, as the name suggests, it is needed for the working of an organization in terms of operating expenses. And growth capital is something that a business needs to grow, the expenses that they need to make, both in the long and short term, which does not really necessarily have to do with the sales that is happening within the organization at that point in time. So our products are today broken into these two broader categories. Again, as I was saying, alternative lending options are also becoming sort of mainstream because of the kind of processes that it has today, right? Especially at Credex, we are a technology company, we're a technology-enabled company, right? Our processes are a 24 to 72-hour processes. They're all digital. There is very little physical connect or contact that is needed in order to run right from a time a business comes to us till such time we help them out either with growth capital or working capital. So these are certain process nuances that are wherein a tech company, a fintech company, has an upper hand vis-a-vis a traditional format of banking. Now, a little bit about Credex. We started in 2015, and the predominant product for us back in the day was invoice discounting, where, as I was saying, in the last 4 years, 4.5 years, we evolved by talking to a lot of customers, being with customers on ground, from different industries, right, from manufacturing to logistics to services, different types of industries, both traditional and non-traditional. And over the period of time, we have evolved in our product offering. What started as an invoice discounting product now caters to working capital, which has different products underneath it, which I will talk about later, and growth capital. And we also do a lot of hybrid offering depending on the type of enterprise or type of corporate or type of SME that we work with. Now, as we all know that the business environment today doesn't thrive alone, right? It is the business environment in itself has a lot of moving spokes within it, right? So a large enterprise cannot really function without its suppliers, who typically would be an SME or a corporate. Similarly, for a corporate, for them to who they sell to or to manage their ecosystem, they need a large enterprise. So Credex, it has been at the helm of it in terms of being able to help the entire ecosystem in terms of the supply chain. And we've also been able to come up with newer product offerings depending on which side of the entire system, needed help. And we do all of this through a marketplace model, wherein whatever we get in from the business side of things is all listed on our platform. And then you have investors, typically HNIs, ultra HNIs, family offices, and NBFCs, who come and purchase these instruments as a short-term investment option. Right. So this is the very basic of how Credex started. We will explain all of that in detail, going forward. So these are the few offerings: invoice discounting for working capital needs, and Credex Plus for growth capital requirements. Now, as I was saying, this is how our invoice discounting works. In the very basic, as we're saying, they're a technology company. A business, it could be an enterprise, it could be a SME, corporate, reaches out to Credex and provides us with the necessary documentation, right? So typically today a business will be supplying to a larger corporate. So say, for example, business X is supplying to, say, Infosys, and the business is due to get the money in, say, 30 to 90 days, right? So that is the instrument that we use, and we help the business get money on day one and rather wait for day 90. And once we get all the documentation in place, the invoices that they hold from the enterprise in place, we list that, post our risk approval, we list the same invoices on our platform. Investors come and they buy these investors come and they buy these invoices, and within 24 to 72 hours, the money is dispersed to the business, right? And all of this activity typically for us is between 24 to 72 hours. In terms of the timeline for an investor to buy these invoices, on an average today we sell out our invoices at 8 minutes. That is the timeline that we take. And in the 90th day, when the enterprise returns the money, it comes to the Credex account, and from there it is dispersed to the investors. This is a very plain, simple format that we have for invoice discounting. There are certain businesses list that we have in terms of the documentation that we take, or in terms of the risk profiling that we do. So we take care of all of that, because end of the day it is the investors' money that is being invested. So once that is in place, the enterprise from whom the money is going to come is also of prime importance to us, and hence we also have a list of corporates that are pre-approved, and that list keeps increasing as and when we keep getting more enterprises on our list. And this is the very basic format of how we take the invoices, list it, and then sell it and disperse the money to the corporate. These are the basic highlights. We've helped close to 15,000 plus small businesses today. We've discounted more than 5 lakh invoices. Typical timeline for us is a 24 to 72 hour timeline. Our process is extremely digital. It is completely paperless and transparent process. There is a login that each business gets. Once you log in, you can upload your documents and you can see the process from there on. And if there is an approval, it goes into further processes where you submit, where you give the invoices. They are vetted and the money comes to your account. In case of rejections also, you will be able to see why the rejection happened. Today we have pan-India presence and have offices in about 8 locations in the country. Coming to Credex Plus. Now Credex Plus is a growth capital requirement product. Right here, how we function is any requirement that you have today to grow your business. It could be, say, as small as wanting an office space, or as big as buying machinery. Anything which has long-term or higher amount of money included we take that and help you, we disperse that to you and make it into an operating expenditure for you, right? So that is one part. The second part is we also help a lot of businesses who have a lot of recurring revenue that they get month on month. We have a product which helps them convert that recurring revenue into an upfronting revenue today. So both these products are a part of Credex Plus. How Credex Plus works is this product typically works on an agreement or a contract basis. If you have legit agreements and contracts in place, we take them, we vet it on our platform. Depending on what the requirement is for, we could ask for a collateral or not ask for a collateral and give you that money upfront, uh, and the business pays back to us in EMIs, right? That is for an expenditure which is going to be lump sum. For example, you want to lease a large warehouse or you are looking to buy machinery. That upfronting amount Credex pays on your behalf, and you pay Credex on a monthly basis. And the second part is the monthly recurring revenue. So, for example, if you're a business who has long-term contracts with your customers and you get monthly income from your customer, we again verify those agreements and contracts. We pay you the entire 12 months or 18 months, whatever is the tenure that we're looking for, in upfront today. And when your customer is paying you the money monthly, that comes to Credex's account. Our process is the same again in the marketplace model. All of these are listed in our platform, which again is then purchased by the investors, and the business gets the money between a 24 to 72-hour timeline. Now, each of these products, depending on the kind of contract or depending on the kind of agreement, the timelines could vary. For example, invoice discounting is a 30 to 90-day product. We do not do anything beyond 90 days. However, in case of Credex Plus, the contracts could be a 12-month, 18-month. For now, we're looking at a max to max 24 to 30 month timeline. But obviously, as we go forward and if we get different kind of cases, we are okay to look at it. But for the investor, the timeline again changes on what kind of instrument they're getting into and what are the timelines for returns. So again, in terms of invoice discounting also, we do a bifurcation in terms of payables discounting and receivables discounting, right? So if you take a typical scenario today of a business ecosystem, say again, we'll take example of Infosys. Infosys being a large enterprise would have, say 1,000 suppliers today, right? Who Infosys would have to pay within say 90 days, right? So how invoice discounting here works is we reach out to these suppliers. The suppliers who have the invoices of Infosys, they come to Credex and we list it on our platform and they get the money on day 1 instead of day 90. And when day 90, Infosys is returning the money, it comes to Credex's account and Credex investors get the money, right? That is your receivables discounting in the invoice discounting array. In terms of payables discounting, this is where we help an enterprise. So Infosys has to pay all its suppliers, say on 90 days, 90th day. On the 85th day, they come to Credex. Credex pays on their behalf to all their suppliers, and Infosys is able to extend their payable cycle by another 90 days. So they get a total of 180 days, and the suppliers get their money on due date, which is on the 90th day. So we're able to help enterprises through payables discounting. We're able to help suppliers through receivables discounting. In a lot of cases, we've also done a decent hybrid on where the enterprise and supplier ecosystem and relationship has been stronger. The third product that we have is called Credex Early. This is a pure play technology product where this works on the format of dynamic discounting. Now, Credex's platform for dynamic discounting is a little different than the formats available today in the market. We purely work on a bidding system, right? And how the platform works in a very plain vanilla format is the enterprise plugs our tool within the ERP. All the suppliers are able to, they are able to see all the suppliers who they are due to pay, right? Depending on how much treasury income an enterprise has today, they decide on whether and how much they want to pay. Now, the supplier comes to our platform and they bid, saying, say, for example, if I get the money instead of 90 days as a supplier, if I get the money in 4 days, say, for example, I'm ready to give you a 20% discount. Some other supplier might come and say, okay, I'm ready to give you a 40% discount. Now, all these activities are recorded in our tool. The enterprise gets all this information and has the right of first refusal meaning to say they can come and accept and reject any bid that comes their way. Whosoever's bid they have accepted, the treasury surplus that they have, the money directly is paid to the supplier. So that is how the very plain format option of Credix Early works. But since all our tools work well together in the entire ecosystem of the business, which is the enterprise and the corporate, we've been able to do a decent hybrid of payables, receivables, and early as well. So this is, what I was explaining in terms of payables discounting for larger enterprises, larger corporates who work with a lot of suppliers and, want to extend their credit period. Receivables discounting for suppliers works in a similar fashion like invoice discounting. But as I said here, it is more about the enterprise and the supplier ecosystem and how we are able to provide a hybrid solution and able to, onboard a supplier or a vendor and an enterprise. That is a part of the receivables and payables discounting for both suppliers and enterprises. Again, in terms of how it works, it's simple. Suppliers will raise an invoice, corporate will approve it. Once they approve it, it is listed on our platform. Post listing in the platform, investors get an option to come and buy it. And within 24 to 72 hours, the money is dispersed. So in terms of Credix Early, this is a product for the enterprises. So the benefit for Credix Early as a technology platform is for enterprises to gain maximum yield on their treasury surplus. Right? Today, if you know an enterprise, they would be investing their treasury surplus in money markets, or other liquid instruments where the typical range of earning is between, say, 5 to 7%. Right? Instead of that, if the enterprise uses the same amount of surplus to pay upfront to their own suppliers within their own ecosystem and still get a discount out of it, on an average, we've seen a 16% yield that enterprises have been able to make on the Credix platform. Right here, the risk for the enterprise is absolutely zero because it is their own suppliers, right? Who they any which ways would have paid within the time frame, say 30 to 90 days. There has been 100% customer satisfaction because here the supplier is also not forced to give discounts. It is depending on when the supplier needs money, and not all suppliers need money then and there. So depending on what their requirements are, they come to the platform and do the bidding. There are advanced analytics and MIS for the enterprise, to help their own supply chain system to, to create, a healthy environment, which is very, very important for enterprises today. We've worked with more than 100 corporates, large enterprises, and have global presence in terms of the Credix Early product as well. So all of this product that we offer on the business side to, say, an SME, corporate, or enterprise, for us in the marketplace percolates through an option for our investor network. Right? Today we have close to 15,000 plus high worth network individuals. We have family offices, we have NBFCs who come to our platform and invest in these instruments. As I was saying, these instruments could vary from a 30-day to a 2-year, 24 months to 30 months kind of a timeline, and obviously the returns also vary accordingly. Right? So whatever we do on the business side comes to our platform. We are a technology-enabled platform. It comes to our platform. Everything is listed on the platform, and investors come and buy it, and the returns for them typically has been between a 12 to 18% and higher in case of a growth capital product. The process for investors is simple. They today come log in, do a basic KYC to get onboarded as a Credix investor. Once they are onboarded, post KYC checks, there is an app, there is also a dashboard, or through the laptop that investors can come and select the invoices that they want to purchase. The dashboard clearly talks about all the different types of invoices, who it is raised on, what are the values, when is the returns coming, etc. They see all of that. There's certain reports, a lot of reports also available for the investors to make an informed decision. And they make the purchase. Minimum investment in the Credix platform is 3 lakhs. Right? Once they make the purchase, and the timeline accordingly, the money is routed through the escrow account, which is transferred to the business. At the end of the tenure, the money comes back to our escrow account, which is then transferred back again to the investor with the returns. Typically, as I said, between a 12 to 20% returns is what our investors make on our platform. Yeah, so far we have an AUM of above 100 crores, and we deal with close to 15 to 20,000 high net worth individuals. So this is about a very nutshell of about our product and how we've bifurcated it in terms of growth capital, working capital, and products within the larger framework of this. The technology product, which is CredX Early, and the investor product, which binds all of these, business side products together. So this is a very overview of what CredX does. In terms of how businesses today will or need these options, is through the very concept that banks and other traditional formats of lending are minimal, especially for industries that are not collateral heavy, right? So at CredX, we see a lot of clients from the services industry or logistics industry, industries which have higher margins but are very low on collaterals and are growing, right? So those are the kind of businesses that CredX has been able to cater to. We also have a huge chunk of manufacturing businesses who come to us. We obviously don't say that we're competing with banks in terms of rates or how we function, but we are definitely an alternative lending option available for most clients to grow their business. Not only just grow their business, but also our job today over the last 4 years, we've seen that as a digital company, a lot of businesses are not really aware of anything beyond banking, right? So we've taken on us to kind of go out there and reach the masses and tell them about the different options available, not just at CredX, but also beyond within the fintech space. And hence working with partners has been of prime importance to us. So today as a company, we work with more than 150 partners who actively work with us across a wide spectrum of businesses, and also on the investor side. We deal with SMEs, we deal with mid-sized corporates, we deal with growing corporates and large enterprises as well. So all of this together, for us at CredX, the partner ecosystem is of prime importance, and hence we make sure that because we are also a new kind of a product in the market, we make sure that we spend a lot of time in terms of training or in terms of reaching out to partners to help them reach out to their customers, do a lot of marketing activities, events, or whatever else is needed to kind of promote alternative lending as an option, right from awareness to helping businesses see if we could help them in any other format. So that is what we've been doing, and hence we thought it is important for us to reach out to partners and kind of tell them this is the very basic of what we do. Obviously, each client that comes to us, how the risk profiling is done, what are the kind of limits that we set, the rates. These are all discussions that happen once the customer is kind of onboarded with us, because each discussion is different and each business that comes has a different kind of requirement or a different kind of financial obligation in the past or something that they need in the future. Two things here that I would like to highlight is one, how CredX is different from a bank. So we as a company, as I was saying, we're a tech-enabled company. We're a tech company. Our credit risk underwriting is different than of a bank. Banks typically follow a balance sheet approach. For us, it is a cash flow approach, right? We look at what the future holds for a business rather than keep just looking at the past, right? We see what kind of businesses these corporates are into, or what kind of enterprises they are working with. What is the relationship that they have with the enterprise? So we are looking, most of the things that we evaluate and look at are the forward thinking activities, right? So that is how we're different than a bank, because we understand that not everybody has grown or not everybody's balance sheet is as strong. So that becomes of low priority for us. So that is one big difference. The second difference here is the technology part. Our processes are faster. Once all the documentation is received and we are good to go and we onboard a customer, 24 to 72 hours is our TAT. And so far in the last 5 years, we've stuck to that tag. Even for the investors, um, everything is listed on the platform. For them to buy an invoice, it is just a matter of minutes. So the average time for selling of an invoice in our platform is 8 minutes today. Right? So these are the few basic differences. Again, in terms of how we onboard a partner, as I was saying, technology company, so everything is online for us. The business partner decides to join Credx platform. There's certain NDAs and certain agreements that we get into, before we onboard partners. You get a login, you get your dashboard. Once you log in and you get your dashboard, you can refer leads directly into the dashboard, right, which will be tagged to a relationship manager at Credx who will help you onboarding the customers, because we understand that a product is new and different, and every time we meet a customer, new thing might come up. So we help all the businesses till such time they can come on board and be completely on their own. There is always a relationship manager who is assigned to you. Post onboarding, again, with each client that you refer, our sales team and our client management team works with both you and your customers to see the fitment, to get them onboarded, to get documentation. Again, it is listed, all the clients that you refer, the invoices are listed on the platform, investor buys it, and the transaction is completed. For the business partners, we work on a certain commercial that probably we'll share over the email. There are different levels of partnership depending on cases and tenure, etc. So yeah, so today, so far I was saying we're working with around more than 150 partners pan India. Majority of our cluster today is in major locations of Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and Calcutta. We've also have a huge partner network in tier 2 cities because of huge clusters of SMEs and corporates. So we have a lot of activities that we do, say in region specific to Gujarat or Maharashtra, in the tier 2 cities, even in South India. So we're not really, whatever activities we have the team, even in smaller locations, we have a team here. We're always digitally present. So that is how we've been able to help the community as well. Some of our clients, we work with both small and large enterprises. So, if you can see the names of Infosys to Mukund, smaller companies like Rivigo. So, our client range is also wide. So, yeah, this is all from our end. If you have any questions. If you have any questions, you can type it here in the Q&A bar, or you can reach out to us individually, or you can mail us with more. Okay, there's a question on how TDS and interest income has been taken care of. So I am assuming this is a question for the investor side. So at Credx, we do not deduct the TDS. TDX, is deducted. I mean, we don't deduct it at source. It again depends on, what kind of CA or who can do it for you. But we, from our end, we do not deduct. But it is an interest income. So it will depend on how your CA can reach out to us through email or you can call us. Can we get a list of clients we can deal with for invoice discounting, and what is the average rate of interest for invoice discounting? Yeah, so how we function here is today we have a list of enterprises that are approved with our risk. And the businesses who come to us with those invoices, we kind of have a format where we know that this might go forward. So we can share that with you specifically. But again, each business who comes to us goes through the risk evaluation process. So there are certain documentation that we look at. As I was saying, we do not really linger on the past data, but we do look at what the invoices are, how long the corporate, the business has been in relationship with the enterprise where the money is flowing from. We take, basic KYC, CIBIL, etc. And all these documentations, once they are in place, and the enterprise is also approved with us, we kind of onboard them and go ahead. The average rate of interest depends on the type of enterprise, because we're a marketplace, right? So the market kind of decides the rate, but on an average, we are between a 12 to 20%, depending on the risk that is there with that business, depending on the enterprise that is listed, and depending on how it will sell on the marketplace. But on an average, the discounting rate will be between a 12 to 20%. Okay, the next question is, what is the eligibility criteria for business? The eligibility criteria again depends from business to business, industry type, etc. But the basic eligibility criteria is in terms of how long the business has been. We do not really look at businesses who are less than 6 months, who they are selling to, which means where the money is coming from as an enterprise. We do not do real estate or infra companies. The idea is here that we restrict ourselves to a 30 to 90-day timeline. And the rest, all the eligibility criteria is mostly dependent on the financial documents and the relationship that the business has with the enterprise. So, but the very basic is the number of years into the business, probably turnover. 10 crore is the minimum turnover that we look at, and the enterprise on who they're selling to. The next question of guarantee of not selling our data clients. So we are a GDPR compliant company, and we are a tech platform. So everything, and there are agreements and NDAs that we sign. So, that really takes care of all the data in question here, because we understand we are a financial technology company, and there is sensitive data that we hold, right from the business side to the investor side. So yes, all of that is taken care of. These are the questions for today. So we will close the webinar now. We will send, okay, I'm sorry, I have one more question. Do we get payout at the time? So partner payout for us is quarterly. We will send you the payout structures. We will send you the slabs, which depends on the number of cases, number of disbursements. So as a platform, we take a platform fee, and on the platform fee is what from the platform fee is what we share to our partners. So it's typically a percentage of what we make. So all those details we will share with you on the email. Minimum amount of investment for individuals and companies. The minimum amount of investment through the CredX platform is 3 lakhs. And anybody, and there is no upper limit to it. If there is an invoice of say 10 crores, an investor can come and buy the entire 10. But yeah, 3 is the minimum that we look at. So I guess this is all for today. Thank you guys for joining. You can write to us at connect@credx.com. We will also be sending out an email to all of you with a recording of this and other unanswered questions. And our team will reach out to all of you individually to help explain our processes in detail. Okay, so there is one last question. I'll take this. After referring clients, you disperse the loan, and after 2 months, disperse 1 month. So do we get payout again? Yes, so payout is on case-to-case basis, but the payout happens on a quarterly basis. So you could have given 10 cases in 1 month. It will be on the amount of sanction and the amount of processing fee that CredX makes. On that, our partners make their fees. So it is on case-to-case basis, but the payout happens end of the quarter. Question, does CredX have an upper limit sanction? So sanction limit is decided basis what the invoice value is, what is the turnover of the company, what are the kind of businesses they are doing. The sanction limit is decided on those basis, but this sanction limit is worked on every quarter, because each cycle of business is say 90 days for us, which is 3 months, right? Once a repayment comes to us and we see continuity in the business, now this sanction limit could increase say from 100 rupees to 150. So there is an upper limit when you begin. There is always a limit, and this limit is dependent on the business that you're doing, the turnover that you have, and the enterprises that you deal with, and your relationship with CredX as well. So depending on how the repayment history has been, depending on how your business is growing with the enterprises. These are the things that determine the sanction. So thank you again, guys. We will send you an email. Please feel free to send all your questions and queries at connectedcredits.com. Thank you so much.